Hey you guys, so I'm back again with another message from the Lord. Lately, God been showing me the number 749 in the strong 749, and in the strong concordance, I'm going to talk about what it means in the strong concordance. But God been showing me this number 749 for the frequently for the past couple of days. I've been sitting on this word or on this message because I've been wanting to make sure I'm getting the word properly, and God has confirmed it to me, and He has also confirmed it to me through Scripture. And so it's amazing how God works, but I just really wanted to seek Him for more scripts, seek Him about this word, because I know I had talked about this number before. But 749 in the Strong Concordance is the second meaning. Okay, the high priest. It means chief priest, high priest, but it's really the second meaning. The high priest that compressed in addition to holding the um high office, both those who had previously discharged it and although disposed continue to have great power in the state, as well as the members of the families from which high priests were created, provided that they had much influence in public affairs. Okay. This message, God is saying that He is assigning priests, and you're going to have public influence in public affairs. And God will do this. Okay, so you're gonna have public influence. A lot of you guys, y'all feel like y'all gonna have public influence. A lot of you guys, some people had came back and confirmed to you that you are gonna have some type of public influence and some type of platform. And then while reading in the book of Numbers, in the book of Numbers, it's almost similar to, it ties into a lot of the book of Deuteronomy. We go and read the book of Numbers too as well, because book of Numbers, it talks about how God assigns the people different roles and different positions and what their duties were, all right, before they enter into the promised land. And so God is giving out assignments in this hour. And I'm gonna read the book of Numbers because God had me in the book of Numbers. He got me in the book of Numbers. Okay, so in the book of Numbers, I read this last night and it confirmed what God was saying. Numbers chapter 3, verses 31 through 32. These four clans were responsible for the care of the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altars, the various articles used in the sanctuary, in the inner curtain, and all the equipment related to their use. Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, was the chief administrator of all the Levites with special responsibilities for the oversight of the sanctuary. Now, in the book of Numbers, God had appointed, I know it talks about in the book of Numbers that God had appointed Aaron to be the priest. Aaron was Moses' brother. But he was also doing some other appointing too, like as far as Aaron's son, that was the chief administrator over all the Levites with special responsibility for the oversight of the sanctuary. So God is going to give you public, you will have public influence, but God is going to give you instructions on what you are supposed to do and what your certain responsibilities are. But get ready for public influence. God is going to give you further details and instructions. Like in the book of Numbers, God was very detailed and very, God, like I told you guys in previous messages, God was very detailed with Moses about what the Israelites and the other clans and tribes should do, where they should sleep, how they should handle the things of the temple, the tabernacle. He was very, very detailed and very stern. Even when it came to the Ark of the Covenant, who could touch the Ark of the Covenant, who was supposed to guard what, how they were supposed to guard it. Y'all, God is going to be this very detailed in this hour when it comes to your public influence. This public influence is going to come with details, it's going to come with instructions. But God said you will have public influence, but you're going to have to move according to what He tells you to do with this public influence. He's going to be very, very detailed. on what you should do. So he's probably going to be very detailed on what type of public affairs you are supposed to be attending, or what type of public affairs that you are supposed to be accepting invitations to, because we can't accept everything. Sometimes people try to set us up to make us look bad. So God is going to give you details and instructions on what to do when it comes to this public influence and these public affairs on and what are you going to be administrating, right? So for who this message is for, you will have public influence, but make sure you get to a place where you seek God for instructions, because he's going to give instructions, and make sure you handle the instructions to the T. Because whenever I was reading whenever I was reading the book of Numbers, further up in chapter 3, 2 sons basically lost their life for being disobedient and doing something that was against the will of God when God told them not to do something, because he was very, very specific. He was very, very detailed. And you might not lose your life physically, but you can block your blessings. You can die spiritually by doing things the wrong way. So make sure you are paying attention to the details that God and instructions that God is giving you. Write them down and make sure you are following them, because you don't want to get in trouble. So this is a good message for whoever this is for. You will have public influence. It will be for the upbuilding of God's kingdom. You will touch so many lives. You will touch so many souls. But at the same time, when you are in a public light, you have so much responsibility that you are going to be responsible for, not just for yourself. So you have to move like God is calling you to move. And when you are disobedient, God will deal with you, and he will deal with you on a different level, because you are so much responsible for the people that are attached to you. All right. So, and make sure you're going to be obedient during this time when it comes to this public influence that God is about to give you. Everybody just they get so hype and happy about being a public influencer or having some type of public platform, but that type of stuff comes with a lot of responsibility, and you're going to have to handle this responsibility well and according to God. All right. So I love you all. I pray that you all have an amazing day, but make sure you are listening to God with these instructions about the public influence. All right. So I love you guys. I pray that you guys have an amazing day. Take this message back to God and confirm if this message is for you, and I will chat with you all later.